All right, we now need to talk about the good old-fashioned for loop. I'm saying old-fashioned, but actually in Kotlin, the for loop behaves differently. So let's take a look at how exactly it works. So the for loop in Kotlin operates on sequences, ranges, for example. So for example, what I can do is I can say for a in 10 down to 1, print the iteration variable a followed by the tab, and then do an end line here. So what this would do is it would go down through all the elements from 10 to 1 inclusive, and it prints them with a tab character after it. So here is the output. So essentially for you give it a sequence of some kind, something which supports iteration, and then it iterates over it. So let's take a look at another example. So I'll have some integers, val ints equals int array of say 4, 3, 2, 1. Now let's suppose that in the iteration of these elements, not only do I want the element itself, but I also want the position of the element. And here's how you do it. You say for, and then you specify that you want both the index and the value in, and then you use ints dot with index. So with index, actually, instead of returning a sequence of elements, it returns a sequence of pairs, where the first element in the pair is the index and the second is the actual value. And then here what we can do is we can print line that we have this index, then a tab character, and then this value, like so. And as we run this, you can see that the 0th element has a value of 4, the first has the value of 3, and so on. Okay, so this kind of destructuring is actually really useful for all sorts of things. Now we certainly have pairs here when we do with index, and similarly if you have a map, for example. So let's say we have a map of capitals, and we say that this is a map of, and then we say Paris is the capital of France, and London is the capital of UK. Then what we can do is, once again, we can say for, and then here we can say that the first element is the capital and the second is the country. So we can say for capital comma country in capitals. We can, for example, let's do a block here. We can print line $capital is the capital of $country. And once again, if we run this, we get the right output. So Paris is the capital of France and London is the capital of UK.